So this slide shows everyone a basic vision of how we would like our program Adopt-A-Sibling to look like. We want to have a program that serves all groups of children from different backgrounds, different diversities, and we would like them to all feel comfortable in the space they're in. We want to be able to give the children advice when they need it. We also want to coach, motivate, and guide the children with whatever throughout life. We also want them to feel safe with us. As I said before, we want this to be a safe space for all the children that we are serving.
As far as our mission statement goes, we really want to emphasize learning through example. So it's very clear everyone learns through example, and what better way to contribute to society and leave a mark and help shape future generations than being a good example ourselves. And that's what this organization is all about, is teaching youth. This is an opportunity to make an impact on society for volunteers. They can gain experience, gain skills to put on their resume, gain children experience with children, caring for children, tutoring experience. It also is just an opportunity to support young children, help fulfill their potential. It's really our organization's main goal is to encourage children, educate them, guide them, and help them be the best versions of themselves, help them fulfill their potential, and be successful later on in life.
Hi everyone, we are from Adopt-A-Sibling, which is a mentorship program that focuses on helping and supporting the youth in the community. Our mentorship program is open for ages 6 and up and has several departments with different age groups. We initially opened this mentorship program in order to make a difference in the community by supporting and assisting the children. Our goal is to help future generations who may be struggling with different aspects of their lives and become an additional family for the youth in the community. This community program hopes to eventually gain sufficient funding to eventually open more programs like this and expand across the nation. Adopt-A-Sibling is a non-profit organization. The services offered by the mentorship program aid the youth in the community and serve as a big brother, big sister program. The people involved in the organization include mentors and mentees, as well as the program coordinator and manager who run the day-to-day operations. Adopt-A-Sibling provides a safe space for youth to feel the sense of the second family. This organization partners with local schools and teams with donors to fund the organization.
So our 1 to 10 year plan is listed here. Each number represents the year that we plan to accomplish these goals. We would like to target low poverty children, but as well as all children in general that need help or just want a friend. We want to target low poverty children because we know that they have already began experiencing obstacles that they shouldn't have or that they didn't ask for, really. And the obstacles that I'm talking about are behavioral issues, children that are already misbehaving but just want some guidance. Also, abuse and neglect from loved ones or their foster family or anybody. We also want to target those with obstacles where children are experiencing parental substance abuse, just alcoholism, drug use, things like that. We also want to serve children who are insecure of their next meal, as well as foster children. No child has asked to go through the things that some children do go through, and it's important for us to try to reach those children and let them know that they are loved and, someone is here to care for you. We want to gain volunteers and public awareness by hosting conferences, billboards, media coverage, and hosting meetings for people who are interested. We would like parents whose child has had a mentor to share their success stories of the positive impact that we play in. We would also like to share long-term goals so that we can gain and build relationships with local, federal, and city officials to help us fund our program. And we would also like to focus on areas of improvement and act in a timely manner to fix those improvements that need fixing. This slide here is a continuation of our 1 to 10 year plan starting at year 6. We do want to hire HR specialists, grant writers, and expand our organization. By year 7, we do want to expand our location to 5 additional locations, mainly in low poverty locations such as Alabama, New York, Texas, California, and Michigan. By year 8, we would like to offer grants of $200 apiece to children as a thank you from our corporation, just to show them that, you're not just in this to be in this. Like, you're in this, it's helping you, and you're getting something out of it too. By year 9, we do want to secure funding of our program from our grant writers, as well as gain additional funds and have yearly studies and evaluations to make sure that we are doing our job. And that would also highlight some improvements that need to be made yearly. And by year 10, we would like to continue to expand our organization and hopefully become a national organization for the whole world.
Employment policies. Our company policies and procedures outline high expectations and responsibilities of both our employees and our employers. Our company's policy and procedures are put in place to protect all of our employees in our company's best interest. Attendance. Our company attendance policy and guidelines require that all employees are to arrive on time according to their work schedule. The attendance policy also has a zero tolerance for a certain number of unexcused absences within a time period. Our policy also requires all employees to notify supervisors of any absence or late arrival upon shift. Employment conduct. Our employee conduct policy holds high expectations from all employees and employers with a zero tolerance for inappropriate behavior. We expect that all workers follow the company's dress code, workplace safety procedures, and harassment policy. Failure to follow these procedures may result in immediate termination. Equal opportunity. Our company offers an equal opportunity policy for all different individuals of different backgrounds and sexual orientation. Our policy offers a fair treatment environment for all employees. These policies are in place to protect all workers of different races, religion, gender, and cultural beliefs. Any inappropriate conduct and behavior committed may result in suspension or lead to termination. Drugs and substance abuse. The company expects that all employees uphold company standards of the law. The company is committed to the protection of all staff members and the children in care. In any case that illegal substance is found on company grounds and any employee's possession will be subjected to suspension or lawful termination.
After careful consideration, our organization has decided to allow the members of our organization to establish policies which are being imposed by higher-ups. This will ultimately allow everyone's voice to be heard and would promote participation amongst our staff. Now, to answer the question as to why we have decided amongst our management style being Directive Democrat, we are fully aware of how our employees may have experienced situations which our management may not have encountered or experienced while on the job. This simple fact alone has allowed us to believe that these policies, which they might be putting forth, will end up covering their full needs.
Moving on to our communication style of our company, there's a few different things that we really want to encourage as far as communication goes. The first of these being open communication. It's really, really important to implement this when you're around kids, and it encourages them to say what's on their mind without feeling uncomfortable about it, helps them gain confidence when they're talking to adults or in public speaking, and helps them really engage in conversations. Next point is we want to see the children's point of view when we're talking to them and when we're teaching these mentors how to communicate with the children. And when talking to kids, it can be really easy to kind of invalidate their feelings sometimes or disregard what they're saying just because they're not adults and we might think, oh, they're too young, they don't know what they're saying, what they're thinking, how can they have that kind of opinion? Well, especially in this program, a big part of communication is going to be seeing both sides of the conversation, seeing both perspectives, and trying to understand what that child is feeling, what they're trying to say. Next big aspect of communication in our organization is going to be open body language. So this means not crossing our arms, not putting our hands on our hips or frowning when we're talking to these children. Instead, it's being positive around them, being enthusiastic, and showing them that you are engaged in the conversation and you really, really care what they're saying, what they're thinking. We also want to encourage proactive thinking. This means helping children prepare for different situations and prepare how they're going to respond in those situations. It helps them, having this mentality all the time helps them plan ahead and think ahead and really consider consequences of their future actions or future events that might occur. Problem solving is another big one. This goes hand in hand with proactive thinking. This involves when you adopt this mentality, you see a problem, and instead of just simply giving up, we want to teach the children that you can spend some time, sit down, and solve the problem, find an answer. And by doing this, we give them an opportunity to grow and gain new skills. With this mindset, a problem-solving mindset, you automatically have someone who's willing to overcome obstacles and find a solution, and they maintain a positive attitude instead of giving up or becoming negative. So a big overarching part of our communication style is horizontal communication, meaning that our organization will have this problem-solving attitude. We will resolve problems through talking and talking between children and the mentors, or between the mentors, and encouraging effective communication and having that rapport and coordinating tasks and delegating tasks. As far as our mission statement goes, we really want to emphasize learning through example. So it's very clear everyone learns through example, and what better way to contribute to society and leave a mark and help shape future generations than being a good example ourselves. And that's what this organization is all about, is teaching youth. This is an opportunity to make an impact on society for volunteers. They can gain experience, gain skills to put on their resume, gain experience with children, caring for children, tutoring experience. It also is just an opportunity to support young children, help fulfill their potential. It's really our organization's main goal is to encourage children, educate them, guide them, and help them be the best versions of themselves, help them fulfill their potential, and be successful later on in life.
The organizational structure begins with the CEO, who is responsible for setting the mission and the vision and defines the strategic direction for this organization. The VP works with the directors to plan and maintain the goals of the organization. The COO oversees the operational and administrative functions, and the manager works with the COO and is the on-site director for hiring staff and mentors. The CFO manages the financial structure, which includes the budget and the billings, The development director is responsible for meeting the organization's financial budget and receives feedback from the donors. The director of philanthropy sets the fundraisers and meets the fundraising goals.
This slide here is our services slide. We want to build positive relationships with our children and have a direct, long-lasting relationship with them. We want to build a long relationship by letting them be able to trust us. We will have a judgment-free zone, as well as listen, guide, and motivate these children to have a long-lasting tool of leverage and thinking to inspire long-lasting tools for life and positive reforms. Most importantly, we want them to be able to use their skills to support equity and inclusivity and fairness to ensure the well-being of all. We also want to promote health and well-being by teaching them the effective practices to support health and well-being for themselves as well as others. We want their emotional and physical, mental health to be supported with us. We also want educators to reflect on current practices and really identify the ways to teach and help these children, and not just use current practices, but to use out-of-the-box thinking and adapt to their way of learning and really getting the message that we're trying to get across. We also want to encourage children everywhere to be empowered and respect others and choose to live lives that's free of violence, free of drug use, and any other dangerous behaviors. Teaching them how to understand feelings and coping with the feelings, dealing with anger, but how to deal with all those feelings appropriately, and also provide information on the dangers of bullying and drug use and interpersonal violence, so that those lessons help them provide tools and help children be able to guard their mental health.
Culture. Our Adopt-A-Sibling company runs on having an organizational culture. We encourage this culture because it is important to have an organized environment in order to focus on employee satisfaction and productivity. It is important to the company that we don't promote competitive behavior in our environment because our focus and best interest is for the children. Work environment. It is important that our company promotes a positive and healthy environment, not only for our staff members, but also for the children as well. Keeping a positive and cheerful environment helps to generate positive results in the company. Our objective is to make a positive atmosphere in the work environment that results in having happy employees and staff members. Diversity. Our company holds a high obligation in regards to diversity. It is imperative that our company reflects diversity in every aspect of the company by hiring people of different cultures, ethnicities, backgrounds, genders, and sexual orientations. It is important that all employees feel respected and valued in the company. Core values. Some of our core values in our company are honesty, safety, respect, fairness, and teamwork. We strongly believe that these values help the company run productively and efficiently. It is beneficial for the children to be in an honest and trustworthy atmosphere. Communication. As everyone has heard this term, communication is key. It is a true statement. Adopt-A-Sibling promotes open communication amongst employees and staff. It is important that we set the example so that the children will also learn these core values of communication.
The medical plan offered by our organization is Blue Cross Blue Shield. Why, you might be asking yourself? Well, this company has the largest data network. In other words, we are able to compare costs for more than 1,600 procedures throughout their company's network alone. BCBS also provides coverage in all 50 states, plus Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico, and works with more than 90% of the nation's hospitals and doctors. Moving on to our dental plan, we offer Cigna. This is the best overall dental insurance due to its broad network of more than 93,000 dentists and diversity of plans that can fit a variety of needs and budgets. They offer phone support 24/7 every day of the year. Now, moving on to revision plans, we offer VSP. This is our top pick because it offers multiple plans with flexible coverage and costs, and because it is the largest provider of vision insurance available to most people. VSP also offers four type of plans: standard, easy options, enhanced, and eyewear only 120. For the standard plan, monthly premiums start around $13 with an eye exam copay of $15. Now, pay time off. We offer this benefit because we know that taking vacation and getting away from the office is sometimes exactly what we need to do great work. And by only allowing the money to be put towards vacation, it guarantees that employees get a much needed holiday. Our management knows that it's hard to think or go about your day on an empty stomach, so we are looking to provide various meal options which will be cost free. A small example of this would be vegetables, fruits, granola bars, anything to keep your stomach from growling.
This is the one-year budget for Adopt-A-Sibling. Being a nonprofit organization, most of the revenue is generated by donations and fundraising events. These funds are used to cover the expenses throughout the year, such as the operational expense, which includes the rent, insurance, and utilities. The revenue throughout the year from fundraising and donations are used to cover any other expenses, such as the general and administrative expenses, as well as marketing and office and program supplies. At the end is the net, which is rolled over to cover any other expenses or other expenses for the following years.
Alright, next up we will be covering the aesthetics. As you can see on the slide, we have provided a basic layout of our plans regarding our first ever building. The floor plan goes on to take into consideration all business related aspects, while also being able to provide areas where children will be able to share these safe spaces with others who are around the same age as them, along with those who have a bit of a larger age gap. The main area, bathroom, and playroom will all be designed with their best interests taken into consideration. The main area and entrance will both be quite minimalistic. Elements which can be distracting will be removed and placed into the playroom. Although this is the case, children will still have access to these items during appropriate times. Starting off with the entrance, our idea for this portion of the building will be to have a similar design or layout to the image depicted above. We will also be including some cubbies, which we'll be able to use to store student bags and coats. Now, walking into the main area, we will incorporate objects which will be used during study hours. As I have mentioned previously, the playroom will be a room where these distractions are all located and organized. Building blocks, kitchen playsets, and books are just a small example of what will be scattered throughout this room. Walls throughout this room will also be very minimalistic, while the floors will be full of color. The pictures are quite a great example of how this will look. Bathrooms will also be designed with the students in mind. Although it is not depicted in the following images, our plan for the sinks will be to incorporate a shorter sink in order to allow smaller students to wash their hands without having to struggle. The office will be a place where staff can come together and share their ideas. While the majority of the staff area will largely be focused on having this shared space, there will be offices in which meetings can take place, and rooms where one-on-one conversations can be held. For the cafeteria, this will be a place where staff and students can have a snack during their free time or break. The cafeteria will also have white walls as depicted throughout previous images.
This slide here is our marketing slide. Our main competitors would be GVRD and AmeriCorps. GVRD is a greater recreation for Vallejo District. They have camps, school programs, after-school programs, sports, and programs for the youth, teens, and adults. AmeriCorps is a program where Americans connect with the community and serve the community's needs in education, the environment, public safety, health, and homeland security. Our business participants would definitely be our owners, employees, and volunteers. Without them, we wouldn't be able to make this possible. And our goal would be to satisfy the needs of our community in all ways and try to do everything that's possible for our community to make it better for these children, better for their parents, and try to just do what we do best and serve these children to become better mentors in the future.
Alright, moving on to our strategy and implementation summary. Harvard Business School professor David Garvin provides us with the following quote: "Successfully implementing and executing strategy involves delivering what's planned or promised on time, on budget, at quality, and with minimum variability, even in the face of unexpected events and contingencies." In order to surpass our competitors, our organization's plan is prioritizing the professional development of our employees. Holding regular training sessions for our employees will allow them to maintain their skill and knowledge, ultimately allowing for our employees to perform and be within their highest potential. Now, this can be done by preparing digital presentations with the knowledge we expect our employees to obtain.
Our targeted audience is families and couples looking to expand their family. Our company can't stress the importance of family and helping kids find their dream home. Needs. Our company needs donations as well as clothes, food supplies to keep a healthy and structured environment for the children and care. These donations are most highly appreciated.